Salutations, my darlings! Another episode of your Homebrews. This time we visit the creation of a very old supporter of this channel, Sub, with HPRF, or Hutt Precision Radar Force, though more commonly they are known as Cartel's Reapers. They are a private military unit hired by the Hutt Grand Council directly, rather than any individual clan. They are their special forces, usually tasked with taking care of the lesser Hutts who wronged the Grand Council or endanger their operations, though raids against rival syndicates are also not out of the question. They are only deployed when a majority of Ground Council members agree for their deployment. This system ensures that they are sent only in most dire situations, though at the same time it means they see little action outside of their more common role as guardians. Even so, the Reapers are armed to the teeth, more often than not with extremely brutal and widely illegal weaponry designed to inflict mass casualties and property damage. They are known for being one of the very few units employed by the Hutts to have an armory with disintegration weaponry. To get the idea how they operate, remember how Zero the Hutt was freed from the Republic custody in the Clone Wars? The Reapers would be more brutal and chaotic than Cad Bane and his team. They would launch terror attacks across the planet, strike not only the Senate but also base of judiciary forces and Coruscanti police, all to distract local forces from infiltration or frontal assault on the prison where Zero was held. Not to mention, they would most likely free all the prisoners and leave prison's armory unlocked on their way out. Though officially stationed on Nal Hutta, near the location of a Ground Council, the HPRF is a mobile force with a fleet-based HQ, made out of over 24 warships and transports. Despite their brutal nature and cruelty, they are a well-organized private army. Each squad has 10 soldiers, led by a sergeant and second in command. Each squad can be split into 2 fire teams, one led by the sergeant and the other by the second. 20 squads form a unit, each 200 soldiers strong, commanded by a captain and their successor. 10 units form a regiment, each 1,500 soldiers strong. They are commanded by a lieutenant. On top of the hierarchy stands the individual who simply holds the rank of the commander. The entirety of HPRF is split into 5 regiments, so if we do a bit of math, it's clear that the Reapers can deploy up to 7,500 troopers, though the entire organization is closer to 10,000, counting ship crew and support personnel, not to mention numerous droids. The relatively small number of support personnel and limited number of ships is mostly explained by Hutt Cartel's continuous patronage. It is they who take care of the logistics and transport of troops, making HPRF strongly reliant on their Hutt employers. As a mercenary force serving the Hutts, they are made out of multiple different species, each member going through extreme training to earn the rank of a simple trooper, before they could even dream of a possibility of becoming an officer. The title of a commander is currently held by a Cludite simply known as Vex. They are a skilled and deadly warrior who prefers to hide their true identity as Cloudite or even their gender, subtly changing their appearance so it doesn't resemble any species in the galaxy, nor any gender. Though usually, if seen outside their armor, they present themselves as reptilian humanoid. They commanded the Reapers for well over a decade now, restoring their former glory and landing the lucrative contract with the Hutts. Commander of the 1st Regiment belongs to the female Kalish warrior named Zeme Tish. During the Hak War, she was close follower of Quayman Jail Shalal, but after Jedi intervention, she grew bitter, left the planet, and started hunting representatives of the Republic wherever she could. Approached by Vex, she quickly joined the Reapers and gained the 2nd highest position in the organization. 2nd Regiment is under command of Laden, a male Karkaradun. Once leader of mercenary company, he was betrayed by his 2nd-in-command and after suffering critical wounds, was forced to live on the run, chased by his former comrades. Approached by Vax, he was offered not only job, but the chance for revenge, as those who betrayed him also endangered Hutt business. He agreed on the spot, and soon after, all his former comrades were dead, while he himself became fully devoted to Vex. Tritox commands the 3rd Regiment. He is a Parwan with unknown origins and mysterious backstory. The only thing that is known is that he worked with Vax before she became a commander, and to this day he is her ever-present shadow. 4th Regiment belongs to female Zabrak, Zida Kast, an exile and foundling of Mandalorian House Kast. Refusing to follow the new Mandalorians, or self-imposed exile of the warriors of her clan, she became a mercenary, serving under Pikes for years. The raids organized by the Pikes against the Hutts pushed the Ground Council to deploy HPRF against them. The Pike stronghold fell, the Pike crime lord escaped, and Sida and her team were captured. And seeing she was left for dead by her employer, when Vex gave her an offer to join them, she didn't hesitate, soon later presenting the head of her former boss to the Hutts. 5th Regiment belongs to Sheestaven named Trevor, a war orphan who became student to a bounty hunter. Yet luck was not on his side. He was bullied by other students who, after falling into bloodthirsty rage, he slaughtered, only to later nearly lose his own life when his mentor found out about the incident. He managed to escape into wilderness and not only survive, but thrive there. Months later, he returned to the city and took his old mentor's head, becoming a mercenary and a bounty hunter. Among his most notable kills was Jedi Padawan, though he was quickly tracked by the Master and put into prison, only to be saved by the Reapers during one of their operations to save someone else. He tagged along with them, and as he managed to keep up, he was given an offer by Vex, only to end up as her lieutenant a few years later. Predictably, thanks to Vex's charisma and ability to spot talent, it's not hard to understand why the Reapers are, in the end, loyal to them, and not to the Hutt Grand Council, no matter what the slugs themselves believe. It's easy enough to notice by those who pay attention, as no member of the Reapers were the insignia of the Hutts, choosing instead to wear Vex sigil, a violet dragon snake coiled around a burning world. For all of that, the more perceptive and intelligent members of a ground council, like Jabba, know one thing above all. The HPRF are over-reliant on the Hutts. Without them, the Reapers wouldn't be able to support their soldiers or even properly transport them. As much as Vex might want to believe they are in charge, the facts are they serve the Hutts and are reliant on their support to keep their current military strength. Thankfully for them, with the great displacement and the Tau showing up as clear rival to the Hutt dominant position, all members, and Vex especially, predicts that a war will erupt soon enough. And when it does, the Reapers will enjoy themselves greatly as they bring new definition of war to their enemies. And this will be the final episode of the first batch. I think this one is quite nice. A good Star Wars sub-faction closely connected to the Hutts and with great potential in the upcoming war between them and the Tau. Tell me what you think about this homebrew in the comments. Like, subscribe, ring that bell, and of course, stay tuned and stay safe out there.